Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and today I'm going to give you some awesome tips and advice in this superb McCree guide video. Or at least I think it's superb. I mean, it's anyway, what is McCree and what does he do? Well, McCree, he's a damage dealing hero, and the way I like to kind of think of McCree is McCree operates like the Counter-Strike Desert Eagle. He doesn't have a Desert Eagle. I mean, clearly he's got a revolver, right? But it's pinpoint accurate and fires pretty slow. Much like a Desert Eagle in Counter-Strike if you stay still and fire it. Obviously in Overwatch you can move around and still fire it and it's still accurate. This means you're accurate at range. You can see me piling shots there into Reinhardt. Always shoot Reinhardt's shield all the time. Now you just see me use the right click there. That is fan the hammer. What that does is it empties all of the shells really quick. It does have a lot of spread, but it gives you a load of burst damage. And that there is a great way of baiting in Reinhardt when you're McCree. Because your E ability is a flashbang. Now what this does is it just stuns the target for a few seconds. Well, like for a second away. It's a very minor stun. It's more than enough time for you to hit right click and unload your fan the hammer. So fire all of your shots straight into the target at point blank range. Now, the flashbang is very short range. So you can't be throwing this... I can't chuck it at Reinhardt where he is there. He has to be really close to me. It's only a couple of meters range on it. What this means is, though, that McCree is extremely good in 1v1 situations with everybody. And I mean with everybody. You might be thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get dived by Genji. What am I going to do? Or Tracer's jumping all over me. All you do is press E, aim at them and right click, and 90% of the time they will die. Now, the right click is not 100% accurate, as I've just said. It does spread the shots everywhere. That can be a problem. Sometimes you can get the flashbang off, hit the right click. By the time you've discharged all the shells, the effect is worn off, and then they start moving again. Which can lead to some bad situations. But it is generally the combo to go for. Unless you know they've got low health, you can flashbang them then, and then shoot them with the standard shot. Left click them in the head, because it is pinpoint accurate, and then take them out that way. However, what you can see me doing in this is I'm sort of keeping range, and I'm staying almost to areas where I know if they do come in, it's close quarters, and I can hit them with a flashbang and then deal with them. But he also does a lot of damage at range, McCree. He used to do insane damage at range, and they did nerf him, and rightfully so. Because with his accuracy, he could just take out Widowmaker, or your Hanzos, or anybody who wants to attack you from range, and that was a bit over the top. That has been toned down now. He's still accurate, but he doesn't do as much damage. You can see me again. I'm sort of staying to the side here. I'm working on those guys. It's fine. Soldier, he's never going to kill me unless I stand out in the open and let him kill me. Another kill there on Reaper. I'm just putting shots down range all the time. Keep firing. A really good tip with McCree is don't click the mouse. Don't spam click the mouse like fire, fire, fire. Just click and hold. Because that way you'll keep the mouse more stable for aiming. Aiming is a big thing with McCree as well. You need to get into the habit, if you're not already, of aiming around the head. If you've played Counter-Strike or any game like that, you'll probably be used to this kind of thing anyway. Whereas you'll notice as I'm moving around with the mouse, with the targeting, with the cursor, not the cursor, the crosshair. It's always in the middle of the screen. It always is throughout most of the videos that I make. That there, though, was the ultimate. Now, this is High Noon. What this does is it headshots everybody after a moment of lock-on. You will see a lot of videos on YouTube, and you may even, well, you'll probably see people play of the game with McCree quite a lot. It's one of those characters where it's generally easier to pick up play of the game if you wait for that big hit, that big shot. So if you sit around the back with your High Noon, you come out, a lot of the times they're probably not going to get you, and that was unlucky. And you can get a big headshot off and maybe kill 3 or 4 of them. The way I like to use this is, again, the way I kind of approach a lot of the ultimates is when I've got it, if I feel like using it, I'll use it immediately. It's almost become a reaction thing. When you watch me kill Hanzo there, I could have just shot Hanzo and it would have been fine, but it's a guaranteed kill. And I don't know what else is going to happen, and that's removed one of their players from the attack. So to me, that's still a good use of it. I could have kept it, yeah, and waited for a great moment, but that's a bad thing. Now, this is also pretty unlucky. So I got hit with Hanzo's ultimate, and then I got hit with Soldier's ultimate. Pretty unlucky. What I did there wasn't the greatest either, because I was moving back to the point. I could see we had a tank there, and I'm like, okay, I should probably help support this. Went forward, got unlucky, got hit with 2 ultimates and died. That's fine. This means we're going to lose the point. Now, what I really don't want to do is run forward. So what I'm doing is I'm staying around this point. This is through the gates where the payload's going to move to the next point. Because if I run over there, that is what's known as trickling in. Going one just trickling in 1v1. Well, it's not really 1v1, one at a time against that whole team. You're going to die, and that's going to be really bad. You need to stay together as a unit in Overwatch. Resist the urge to go forward and do damage to them, unless you're playing Tracer in a kind of highly offensive capacity and you want to disrupt their reinforcements. But in this example, they're together as a team. Don't do it. So, what are we looking at with McCree? If anyone gets close to you, use your flashbang and control them. You just see me use the left shift there, which is the roll forward. It's sort of like a small dash. Pretty good in when you're having a duel because you can quickly dive out of the way. I use it a lot though for movement because that little burst of speed does move you forward and it adds up. Also, that is a sound effect from my live stream, which shouldn't have been playing, I don't think. But there you go. Just take it. It's beautiful. You see me take out Reinhardt there. Got him with a flashbang and just annihilated him. It's very difficult for anybody to kill you 1v1. Look at that. Flashbanged him and killed him. He had no chance. He has absolutely no chance. If you want to fight McCree, always be aware that McCree is going to flashbang you, so try and keep range on him. The flashbang's only effective in maybe a 5-meter radius around him, so if you're not... I guess if you don't have the flashbang up, you're not going to use it. But you need to keep range from McCree, because McCree will kill you if he gets the flashbang on you almost all the time. So I'm putting a lot of shots down with the left click, yeah? And as I said, the way I'm doing this is I'm clicking and holding. I'm not spamming the mouse. I'm not like spam, 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 because that'll mess with my aim. Just play it nice and safe, nice and simple. Don't rush yourself. I guess another thing as well is mouse sensitivity. I went through a phase of using extremely low mouse sensitivity with McCree. I've upped it a little bit now, though. The reason for that is, if I was playing Counter-Strike, you, more often than not, know the direction of where the enemy's going to come from. Also, again, McCree comes around Reaper comes around the corner to try and get me. Flashbang, right click, and then got a few of the shots into him. Finished him off, easy. But as I was saying, like with Counter-Strike, you tend to know where the enemy's coming from. Overwatch, they can kind of come from everywhere. So sometimes you do need to move really fast. So in my opinion, I think having a slightly higher sensitivity is probably better. But you've also got to remember, he is pinpoint accurate. You have to land the hits. If you can't aim... Like, I don't think McCree is a very noob-friendly DPS. Whereas Soldier, I would say, he is. And I would say Reaper is as well. Soldier more so, probably, because he's very simple. He's got a lot of bullets. You can just keep firing, keep firing. He's spread. He's not that bad. Whereas McCree, if you don't land the hits, it can be really frustrating. Now, I know a couple of people who are actually really good at Overwatch, but they might not be the best in terms of pinpoint accuracy with hit scan weapons, which is what this is. It doesn't have a travel time. The projectile, it just hits as soon as you fire. And they can't play McCree. In fact, they find him quite frustrating. But you can see... Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. If only that McCree didn't come and get me, that could have been great. So I got really lucky there. I wasn't planning that. I just... seen a couple of them together. I seen Zyra's ultimate and I thought, oh, I'm just going to do my ultimate. Did it. Then McCree caught me, as you seen from the kill cam. He comes around the corner. I flashbanged him, which was the right thing to do, but I didn't have much bullets left. I think I had 2 shots left or 1 shot left. I tried to fan the hammer on him, but I'd already fired like a couple of shots off of my ultimate, and he fanned the hammer back on me and killed me, which is like, well, sometimes you have to say GG, but as a trade, that was great. I killed more of them than they, well, and then I died. That was fine, you know, that's fine. So I think McCree is a really strong character. He's got, I mean, look at this here. You would think that I'm probably going to die here. No. Because I flashbanged him, crowd controlled him, I rolled back, so I kept moving backwards, pressed left shift, rolled back and carried on shooting him, and he's dead. He can't do anything about it because he's melee range. Okay, he missed me with his ranged attack, but it's ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, that is McCree. McCree is a character where you have to be confident in what you're doing, but you can also be very confident in the fact you can deal with pretty much anybody other than maybe another McCree in close range, because you can stun and right click, and it almost always results in a kill. Maybe it doesn't on some of the tanks, but then you can finish off with a few hits. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa. If you like the video, then like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more Overwatch content. Follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. And I'll catch you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch is awesome. Toodaloo.